Hello everyone, hope you're having a good day today. Merciless on here with another Bleach Brave Souls video, and in this one we're going to be talking about should you summon or should you skip this, just pretty much the 9th anniversary celebration summons banner. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, you've been here for a while, subscribe. I want to get to 400 subscribers. Now with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see here, obviously we have the 3 new banner units. We have a new remade Mugetsu Ichigo and the now and a Shunshui Paracel units. As you can see, this banner will be available in less than 24 hours. So we will not be getting a June or July. Actually, yeah, hold on, wait. This banner will be up for a while. So I'm wondering if this banner will also be up at the same time as the swimsuit banner. So I'm wondering if we're going to get a swimsuit banner at the end of this month. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, this banner will be available all the way until, just next month. So this banner will be here for a while. We can look at the new characters and talk about them in a bit more detail. The Ichigo, he is a power hollow killer unit with his soul trait being the strong type recharge time plus 20%. I believe, as mentioned up here, that this is a new soul trait. So yeah, that's cool. As you can see here, he has Sprinter plus 3, Long Stride, and Complete Status Immunity as his innate skills, which are some pretty good innate skills. The most notable thing about this unit is that he does have Frenzy plus 2, which is great, pretty much the standard nowadays. He also has Bombardment, Weakened Defense, and Damage to Weakened Enemies plus 40%. So him having Weakened Defense, Bombardment, and damage to his status element, his Soul Bomb will definitely be hitting for a lot. And also, this is pretty much a newer skill, increased status element chance against hollow enemies. Now, this is different from the other one that you might have noticed. The other one being like the increased status element chance against, an affiliation and whatever attribute that character is strongest against. So say, for example, since this Ichigo is a power unit, the old skill would be increased status element chance against, just technique attribute hollow enemies, but that's no longer the case. It is now all just hollow enemies, heart, mind, speed, even, and also power hollow units. So this is the pretty much the difference between that skill and the other skill, which is a pretty good improvement. Having the increased status element chance against all attribute hollows is good. And we also have the new status element spiritual pressure boost 100% skill. It's no longer 80%, it's now 100%. So yeah, that's good. Other units like the 1000-Year Blood War, Kangdu, and I believe it's the I can't remember off the top of my head, Ishin and Masaki, they both have the status element spiritual pressure boost 80% skill, and their soul trait is plus 40%. So those units have a total of 120%. And this Ichigo here has a total of, just 100. So yeah, we're pretty much, the 80% spiritual pressure boost skill is now getting power crept. This Ichigo has a 100 base, and those 1000 Blood Warrior units that I mentioned have 120%. So yeah. The Shunshui, he's just a guild quest unit that you can use for, what does they say? He is a melee nat unit for I guess squad 0 killer weekend guild quest. He has the enhancer and booster skill on his SA2, so his SA2 will be a lot stronger, so that's really good. And he also does have the Starberry plus 10 skill, which is great, and he also has the increased killer effect and increased damage effect in guild quests and all that, and also the increased flurry effect as well. So just a generic guild quest unit. The Nanao, she is pretty much a epic raid unit. She has a heal on her SA3, and she has the medic skill, which will just give you more healing with her SA3. She also just has the speed droplet drop plus 30%. I can't remember if I mentioned this when I was going over the character skills, but she has that, and she does also have the speed link slot potions plus 5 as a skill, and she also has it as her soul trait. So basically this unit is a speed link slot potions plus 10 unit and also plus 30% droplets. So yeah, she's pretty much made for epic raids, and also she has the Soul Reaper resonance skill. It's basically the same as a rank resonance, but this one is just with Soul Reapers. And there are her arena traits and other arena abilities. And so, yeah, as for the banner itself, there's not a lot of featured 5-star units, which is really kind of a good thing. I mean, the less featured units there are, the more likely you are to pull or, just kind of get these units. And as for the banner itself, like I mentioned in the previous video, it is 51 steps. That's about at least 10,000 spirit ores to complete the entire thing. But as you can see here at various intervals, at every 5 or so steps, you're guaranteed at least a featured 5-star unit. Here at step 5, you're guaranteed a featured 5-star unit. Step 10, you get to choose a new character ticket. 15 and 25, you are guaranteed a featured 5-star unit. And at step 20, you are guaranteed one of the 3 new units. So if you want one of the new units, all you have to do is just go 20 steps, but that's still a lot of spirit orbs. And yeah, pretty much so on and so forth. If you did want to summon on this banner, you do have a pretty significant chance to pull the new units if you are lucky, though you will have to go in pretty deep. And so I guess we can just go ahead and take a look at the featured units that are in this banner now. But real quick, we're going to take a look at the, just the units affiliation and the killers just to see who they are, pretty much kind of going up against. As you can see here, we have this Shunshui, who was I believe he was a premium unit, if I'm not mistaken. He's a ranged NAD unit who has obviously a power hollow kill unit. He does have a chance to dodge hollow enemies, and it looks like he's pretty much just a guild quest unit. He has the increased killer effect skills in guild quests here, increased damage in guild quests here as well. Enhancer, guard break, booster as well, so pretty much he's just a NAD unit for ranged hollow weekend guild quests that you can use. And also here we have the 8th anniversary Ichigo here. He's just I don't have this unit, so I really can't say much about this unit, but just based off his skills, he does seem like a really, really good unit. As you can see here, like I talked about earlier, the new Mugetsu Ichigo, he has the increased status of a chance against, just hollows, while this Ichigo has the increased status of a chance against technique attribute enemies. This is just another unit as well. But also, he does have Frenzy plus 3. He's the first unit with Frenzy plus 3 built into his kit. And here we have the pretty much old now 1000-year Blood Warrior Yamamoto from the 7th anniversary, who's just been pretty much still a viable option. But, with that new Ichigo coming out, he's pretty much going to, just pretty much tower over him with his skills. Really, the only difference is that obviously this 80% spiritual pressure boost skill is just pretty much power crept now. He does have damage to weaken enemies 40% as well, but this Yamamoto has 2 status elements, so he's going to have damage to burning enemies 40% as well. He also does have the bombardment skill. His frenzy is only at +1. He does have the share complete status immunity, and he is able to dodge hollow enemies. So yeah, they keep making stronger and stronger units, but even though this Yamamoto is still very old, I still think he is a very great unit. And I won't go over all of the other units in this banner. You can just pretty much kind of see here that pretty much past this Yamamoto, everybody else is just extremely old and probably not that usable in my opinion. So as far as mine, Squad 0 killer units go, there's literally only 2 options. We have this 1000-year Blood Warrior Yumi Chika, that was a end of month banner a while ago. As you can see here, his soul trait is the status of a spiritual pressure boost plus 40% skill. And it looks like he's just pretty much a guild quest unit, really. He has the increased guild quest skills here. And so he does have the status of a spiritual pressure boost 80% skill as well, and just plus the 1 as a soul trait. His status spiritual pressure boost will be at 120% now. He also does have weakened defense. He has frenzy plus 3 in guild quest, and now outside of that it's just frenzy plus 2. He's immune to paralysis. Just a guild quest unit that you can use for melee, squad 0, weekend guild quests. It's pretty much all he is. And the swimsuit Byakuya here, he is a soul trait as the heart link slot potions plus 5, and just pretty much a This was a premium unit. This is like, I believe, the first premium banner after the anniversary. So this unit really isn't anything spectacular. You know, he's just pretty much made for, I say, epic raids because he has the increased heart drop plus 30% and, you know, the increased heart link slot potions plus 5. And he also does have that as his soul trait. So I'm pretty sure this is just another plus 10 link slot potions unit as well. And he also increases mine, so Reaper strong attack damage plus 20%. And at full stem, he does have the full stamina damage boost, strong attack damage 40% skill, and also the medic skill. And he has a barrier on his SA2, which is pretty cool. Alright, so the now is a Technique Stern Ritter killer unit, and as far as those type of units goes, there's literally only one of those, and this is the Joshiro. I don't even remember when this unit released, but I'm pretty sure he was a mid-month unit. As you can see here, he's a ranged unit with no status elements. He's immune to poison. He does have guard break. His bruiser and devastation are both at 60%. He is also immune to the freeze status element. Increases technique captain strong attack damage 20%. His frenzy is only at +1. It looks like he's a guild quest unit, but yeah, I guess this is the only Technique Stern Ritter killer unit that we have, so that now will pretty much be very valuable. Since, you know, there's only one of these types of units, and including her, it'll be only 2. Alright, so here we will take a very quick look at the other featured units. We have this Momo that came out earlier this year. She's a Mind Soul Reaper killer unit with a hard droplet drop plus 30% soul trait. Range unit, no status elements, boost under SA2. Sprinter +1, havoc 20%. She has a chance to dodge Soul Reaper enemies for her innate skills. 60% Berserker, which is great. Reduce strong attack cooldown 12%. Complete status immunity. Increase heart droplets plus 10. Increase heart droplet drop 50%. Frizzy +1. Increase damage to enemies not affected by element, enhancer, guard break, and booster. So pretty much a you know, kind of a good unit that you can use to farm epic raids to get those, you know, droplets if you need those. Here we have this seasonal Grimjo here, who is a Mind Quincy killer unit with a strong attack damage of 35% as his soul trait. Melee unit, drain on all of his abilities, NA skills, havoc, sprinter +1, guard break. Devastation is at 40%, reduce strong attack cooldown 12%, increase heart link slot potions plus 10, frenzy +1, defibrillator 2 seconds, increase status element chance against heart attribute enemies. Increase mine, attribute and ranker damage to status element affected enemies 40%, damage to drain enemies 40%, any status element spiritual pressure boost 80%. So yeah, just, you know, a pretty old, well, he's not old, he only came out last year, but this is just pretty much another epic raid unit that you can use to farm those link slot potions. And yeah, and he does have the status element spiritual pressure boost, which is good, but this is currently getting power crept very fast, so it's really not going to be all that good anymore. Alright, so we have this again, who is a speed soul reaper killer unit with a strong attack recharge time of -12% as the soul trait. Ranged unit, weakening on all of his attacks except his SA2. His SA2 has a barrier. Sprinter +2, he reads all affiliation dodges, and at full stamina he has reduced strong attack cooldown 6% as his innate skills. Full stamina damage boost 20% innate, complete status immunity. At full stamina only, he has the increased strong attack damage 40%, havoc 20%, frenzy +2, defibrillator +5 seconds, increased status chance against power attribute enemies, damage to weakened enemies 40%. Multi-barrier +2, sharpshooter hit hidden enemies. Yeah, this is just another featured unit that is in the banner with the new 9th anniversary celebration units. Alright, so we have the banner Orihime. She is a speed hollow killer unit with a soul trait of strong attack recharge time -12%. She is a ranged unit, paralysis on all of her attacks except her SA2. She has a barrier and boost on her SA2. Sprinter +1, guard break, reduce strong attack cooldown at full stamina only 6% for her innate skills. Berserker and devastation are at 40%. She has the shared complete status immunity 100%. Havoc 20%, frenzy +1, defibrillator +5 seconds. Enhancer and also the multi-barrier +2 skill, which is great. She will have 5 hits on her barrier. Everybody else will get 3 hits on theirs, and she has the booster effect. So just a unit that has a good SA2, the enhancer and booster skills, and with the multi-barrier skill, this will, just make this unit pretty viable, really. I use her quite often in some Guild Quest runs just for her SA2. It helps out a lot. So here we have an Eisen here, who is a power Espada killer unit with a soul trait of normal attack damage plus 30%. This is an old Guild Quest unit. He came out before I started playing the game, so he's extremely old. He has no status elements, as you can see here, and he doesn't have the increased status element chance against enemies not affected by an ailment, because this unit came out before that skill was introduced. But as I mentioned, he is a Guild Quest unit. He has the increased killer effect in Guild Quest skills here, increased damage in Guild Quest skills. His flurry is only at +1, but his Bruiser is at 90%, which is very high for a NAD unit. He does have a chance to dodge rancor damage. He has guard break, and he's immune to the weakened status element. So yeah, just a really, really old Guild Quest unit. And here we have this Rukia, who is a mind attribute or rancor killer unit with a soul trait of normal attack damage plus 20%. Range unit, no status elements, boost on her SA2. She's immune to freeze, sprinter +1, guard break. Bruiser is 80%, really high for a NAD unit. Follow up, flurry +1, element reversal. And she has some increased range damage and Guild Quest skills. Enhancer, booster, and poise. So yeah, just another unit that you can use mainly just for her SA2, but beyond that, she's just really, really old. Alright, so we pretty much went over the characters in a bit more detail. We looked at the attribute and the killer that they have and compared them to the other units that have the same attribute and killer. The Ichigo, he does have the same attribute and killer with the 1000-Year Blood War Yamamoto and also the 8th anniversary Ichigo. So, but those units are, just the 1000-Year Blood War Yamamoto, he's coming up on 2 years old now. The Ichigo, he's coming up on a year old now. And the newer Mugetsu Ichigo that we're getting, he's pretty much, I kind of want to say on paper, he does look stronger than both those units. So yeah, he's probably going to be the better of the 3 units in there. This Shunshui, there's not a lot of this unit that have the same attribute and killer, so he'll be a great addition since, there's pretty much only currently 2 of these mine Squad Zero killer units, and he's a Guild Quest unit, so he'll be really great there. And then now there's only one other technique Stern Raider killer unit, and it's just that premium Joshiro, so she'll be a great addition to have as well, just because she'll be very, very rare. So that's what makes her valuable. As for the other featured units, they're just pretty much okay, I guess. Pretty much from the Momo and just pretty much past that, they're pretty much just old units. The 9th anniversary celebration banner, I think, is just a preview of the power creep that we can kind of expect for the 9th anniversary and onward. These units are definitely insane. If you want to summon on this banner, I really can see why these units are really great. I mean, a new Mugetsu Ichigo is definitely great. I'm glad he's getting a new unit. Shunshui and the Nanao, they're pretty good for what they're supposed to do. But if you want to summon on this banner just for this new Mugetsu Ichigo, I can understand why. But if you want to wait and see this, we should get the anniversary Bankai live like before this banner goes away. So if you kind of can wait for the Bankai live and see what the 9th anniversary units are, and then determine if you want to summon this banner or not, you can. But that Bankai live is still a whole month and some days away. So if you really can't wait that long and you just want to go ahead and summon, then I mean, by all means, go ahead and summon. These are your orbs. You do whatever you want with them. So that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching. As usual, until next time.